What parent hasn't wondered what to do when their child has a temper tantrum in the grocery store, or won't eat dinner, or bites another child, or won't go to bed at night, or refuses to get out of bed in the morning? What parent wouldn't love to have non-punitive solutions that work much better than punishment to help children learn self-discipline, responsibility, cooperation, and problem-solving skills? I am going to be reading from the work of Dr. Jane Nelson, Lynn Law, and Stephen Glenn in one of their amazing positive discipline books. And I'm going to give you 27 tips how not to yell at your children. Hello, my name is Kristen Anker. I'm your parent empowerment specialist, and I've been working with families in schools for over 2 decades, for the past 25 years. I am a certified positive discipline facilitator, so I teach parents and educators these amazing tools. And when I read this book about 15 years ago, this clip is like the best of the best. So I'm going to be doing this in 27 different videos, but just the introduction I thought was really powerful. So many of these positive discipline skills has been practiced for many, many years. It is based on the work of Alfred Adler and Rudolf Dreikurs, two Viennese psychologists back in the 30s, and Dreikurs brought it into America in the 60s. And as a parent, you have a big job. You're the one who helps your children grow up to feel a sense of belonging and connection to the family. You teach your children social and life skills. You help your children feel loved. You find ways to ensure that your children feel special, unique, and important. And you keep your children safe. How do you do that? With discipline. Perhaps you think of discipline as a means of control through punishment. But positive discipline is not about punishment or control. Rather, is about instructing, skill building, and focusing on solutions. Positive discipline is constructive, encouraging, affirming, helpful, loving, and optimistic. That's why I love it so much. As children don't come with directions, parents need to find an approach that gives them a sense of confidence. Positive discipline begins at birth and lasts a lifetime. That's right. It's never too early or too late to use positive discipline because it's based on mutually respectful relationships in which you respect your child and you respect yourself. If parenting advice focuses only on the needs of the child and not on the needs of the adults, it isn't mutually respectful. So that kind of parenting encourages dependence and a lack of courage. So, and if some parenting advice only focuses on the needs of the parent, then the children, it's not mutually respectful for the children. It encourages submission and fear and rebellion. So with positive discipline, the emphasis is on a balance of firmness and kindness. Kind and firm at the same time. That's going to be one of the first tools we're going to be learning. It's neither permissive nor punitive, and it brings hope and it increased skills and a lot of love into your family life. So the more tools you have, the more you can teach your children. So I'm really excited to teach these 27 basic tools of positive discipline. And as I said, I'll do the first one. And then the rest of them will be a lot shorter videos. But the first one is be kind and firm. Kind and firm at the same time. Many parents are plagued with guilt. That's because they're either too controlling, I'm the boss, or too permissive. And some parents are a combination of controlling and permissive. And they're vacillating between these two extremes. In my workshops, we'll talk about the 4 parenting styles, and we'll look at it on the kindness and firmness axis. And we look at one type of parent, we'll call it the boss, and you have all the power, and your kids should obey you simply because you're the parent. So that parent has a lot of firmness, but not a lot of kindness. And the next parent they call milquetoast. I hope I'm saying that right. Your children are the center of the universe. So they have all the power. So maybe that parent is very kind and not firm at all. And then the kind and firm parent, your child is part of your family, not the center of the universe. You know your child's personality and can create boundaries without breaking your child's spirit. So both the boss and the milquetoast act instead of being proactive. So that's a very, very reactive type of parenting. So that means they might wait until something happens and then they'll respond to it. But a kind and firm parent takes a step back and they observe and they think before they act. So they work on ways to show their child what to do instead of what not to do. And instead of constantly saying yes or no, that boss parent might look for blame or fault and usually relies on punishment as the primary discipline tool. But the kind and firm parent looks for solutions instead of blame and realize the person who can and must change first, you guessed it, is the parent. So by changing yourself, even in the smallest ways, you can positively influence your child's behavior. So all of these tools are going to teach you to do this. And I'm so excited for you and to be on this journey with you. So these parents who maybe were too kind, you're a little wishy-washy, they spend a lot of energy on what they shoulda, coulda, or woulda done. They tend to feel sorry for their children when they mess up. And they're unwilling to let their child learn from their behavior. And if this is your style of parenting, and there's nothing wrong with this, you're learning now, your child might be parenting you instead of you parenting your child. So you are sometimes overprotective, possibly, and lack faith in your child's ability to learn and grow. And that's their job, is to learn and grow. So you're not giving your child many opportunities to develop the belief that I am capable. And guilt might be your middle name. You might be parenting from guilt. But when you use these tools of positive discipline, you become a kind and firm parent. And you will be banishing guilt from your life. You're going to feel so confident with these tools that I'm going to be teaching you. You give yourself and your child permission to make mistakes. Mistakes are just opportunities for learning. And you know that mistakes are going to happen. We're going to make mistakes. That's where I learned early on in my parenting journey. I have a 16-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 10-year-old. I had to learn to develop a growth mindset because I was going to make mistakes. I had never done this job before. This is a new job. So going in with that mindset is really powerful. And I love that positive discipline taught me to do that many years ago. Kind and firm parenting happens one step at a time. We're going to learn these one step at a time, one day at a time, and just reflect on your strengths and the strengths of your family and the strengths of your children. We're going to really focus on our strengths. We all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. We all have assets. We all have liabilities. We are going to be focusing on strengths in this area. But also think about the areas that you do want to improve in, and awareness is the key there. So we're going to start there. And we are just going to work on one issue at a time. And that way you're not going to overwhelm yourself. So I hope this was helpful. That is the first tool to be firm and kind at the same time. Again, my name is Kristen Anker. If you need any help, message me below. I hope this was helpful.